So Stripe and I are back off our October break and we've had a lovely time. We've been out on walks together. Started coming out twice a day and he's turning into a big boy dog, being able to be off the lead a bit more. We've found some places he can go and yeah, we're starting to have a lot more fun than walking him on the lead. But as you can see, autumn is in full swing here, and I thought for my first video today that I would do a garden tour for last month for you. He's getting better with his recall now. I think taking him out for a walk and having him off the lead is getting him more used to having to look for me. Look at that face. Look at that. But more often than not, we come here. It's my favourite walk really, because I love hearing the water. And can you hear it? Can you see autumn through there? It's a lovely walk. So yeah, today I thought we'd do an autumn garden tour around in the garden, and I did the footage in October. Right, so I'm just going to carry on my walk. Right, it's time to carry on walking Stripe. He's disappeared into the whatchamacallit. There you go, you can just about see him. Disappeared into the bracken. So yeah, we're just going to make our way up this hill. You're going to go into the garden and I'm going to see you at the end. So see you in a minute. Everyone, welcome back to Wildwood Cottage and welcome back to Wales. It's lovely to have you here. I hope you're all having a lovely weekend. I'm disappearing into the shadows there, aren't I? Today I thought that I would come outside and sort out the garden because it's a lovely day. The sun's shining and yeah, it's a bit smoky. The man's got the fire on in the back, but it's probably the only nice day that we're going to get now for another couple of weeks looking at the weather forecast. So I thought I'd come out and have a look and see what plants there are. See what needs potting up that I've been taking cuttings from and that I've been moving from around the garden. Get everything in pots and then I can use the winter to plan out where they're all going to go. I've been doing my ladder behind me, as you can see here. I've been buying some new bedding plants. I've been out buying pansies and violas. I've also bought some more rhododendrons and there's still roses in flower. So I thought we'd do a little bit of a garden tour. We're not going to take long, just have a little mooch around. I've only got half an hour left on my memory card. And I thought I'd just show you a little bit of the autumn colour and a little bit of what's going on around here while I've been absent from YouTube. But I just thought you might like to have a little look around the garden and see what's happening here at Wildwood Cottage. Unfortunately, Stripe has been at it again with my laptop. He knocked it on the floor. My new one, my Apple Mac, and the liquid crystal display screen has now gone completely kaput and I've had to buy a new external screen. So I'm just going to turn you around and I'm going to show you what I've got growing around the yard, and we'll see what we can find in autumn colour and what we can find around the garden. So just turn you around. Right, so I've been sourcing this area out. I got this little garland off Temu, and I think it was about £1.29, and I got these beautiful little acorn lights as well, and they do work. They've got batteries in them. Let me just put them on for you. There you go. Look at them, aren't they cute? Lovely little acorns. So I've been doing violas in my little coffee pots. I'm going to do some more pots. I've been saving the tins, and I'm just going to fill this whole ladder with violas. I've done the little tin there. My clematis is starting to die back. I've done my other olive oil tin and my other tins as well. My paint tins have got some nice violas in them. And I found these in the garage. I found a quality street tin with no lid. So I'm going to put some holes in the bottom and some soil in that. I brought my little toadstool round because I don't see it in the garden in the winter. I've also done my teapot and put some violas in there. I've taken all my geraniums out and they're all ready to go in the house on the window in the sitting room. And I found this in the house that we used to keep saucers and things in. So I'm going to put a little bit of wood along the front, but for now I've just left them in a tray. Cut the tray in half and put that in there. I've got a Hebe. I've got this white one here. I found it for £2 in the garden centre. So for now I've put that in this old paint tin. And I've got some more violas here to go in. And I've got these beautiful pansies to go in as well that I found for £2 for £4 in Morrison's. So you've got some lovely yellow and some lovely purple ones going on. And I think this is a white and a purple as well. So they're all really nice. I've also got these beautiful rhododendrons. They were in Lidl for £4.99. And they're going to go 1.5 metres to 2 metres tall and flower in the spring. So I'm just filling the back border. I've got a video to do for you, showing you me doing the back border and making it into a sound barrier, and this is going to go at the back there. So I've got this one and I've got this one as well. I'm not sure, did I get the same variety? No, I've got this one as well called Germana, something like that, and that's also going to grow 2 metres tall. It's got some lovely new growth on this one, and these were the best two out of the colour that I wanted. I wanted more pink. And yeah, they're starting to grow nicely. They've got their flower buds on for next year. So yeah, I'm really pleased with them. So I'm going to put them in the back as well. I put some pansies, violas in these tubs next to the door. And another Hebe. I had to put this cage around it because Stripe keeps trying to eat it. But have you seen that beautiful purple colour in there? Isn't that lovely? So once that starts growing up better, it's going to grow up to 1 metre tall eventually. But for now, they can stay in this pot. I'll clip them. And they'll look nice by the door with my ladder. So I've also got a little roses tin, this one here, and I'm going to put some pansies in there as well. So the pansies are going to go in the big ones and the violas are going to go in the little ones. And I'm just going to fill this whole area here with pansies and violas and make it look really pretty. I've also got this tea light candle holder, so I'm going to put some little pots in there with some violas in, and I'm going to put some moss in there and plant that up with violas. And I also might do the other one of these up here as well, and put some pots in and put some violas in there as well, and that's just going to be really pretty. I want to see if I can get hold of some more solar lights, and these are really old bottles I found around the garden and around the house. And this is Patterson and Co Limited, and I think these are made in Glasgow, and they're old Victorian bottles. And I've got 2 of those. I've got this beautiful heavy wine bottle that I found buried in the soil. So yeah, I'm going to put some lights in them, and they're going to be nice solar lights and give a bit of light, because this one gives a nice bit of light, and it looks really nice in the evening because the light comes upwards and goes outwards. So that's really good. Oh, the sun's gone in now. Just as I've come out with my camera, the sun's gone in. Anyway, I thought I'd show you a couple of the roses. This one is Strawberry Hill. They're all David Austin, and it's had some lovely flowers on. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? I mean, you're looking at the sort of middle of October, and yeah, I've still got quite a few flower buds on there. Put some violas in here as well. I haven't had any white on this one. I think I've had 1 rose on this one, but there's some nice new growth coming through on there. This is my yard, by the way. All this has all come out of this woodshed because of the rat, but the rat's gone now. They were getting in under the bay window to the house, so I'm glad I took all the plants out, but I've been catching them. This one is called Leaping Salmon. It's not been that good because of the rain, but I'm loving it here against the wall. So I've got another piece of fencing, that metal fencing I put in the secret garden. So I'm going to put that on the wall here, and I'm going to grow that along the wall. And then when my husband has to paint this wall next year, it can be easily moved. I have got some thoughts about what I want to do here. I'm thinking of making it into a bit of a veranda, getting some trellis and putting a little railings either side, and screening it off and making it into like a veranda area. So you come through the gate and then you're not just walking straight out into the yard, but you're walking into a nice little veranda seating area. So they're my thoughts on that, but that's not going to be this year. The heathers have nearly finished now. This has been pretty. There's a pink one. There's a white one over there that I'm hoping to split with my mum. And there's another one here. Oh, the sun's coming back again. Look how beautiful that is. I found out that the rats were living under the polytunnel in the raised bed, in the raised soil bed. So I've been going along and filling all that in. But yeah, Wallerton Hall's finished now. Wallerton Old Hall, David Austin. That one's just finished. And I can't see any more buds on that now. So I think that one's done for the year. This one is Scepter d'Isle. And it's got some buds left on it, so that one's going to flower before the end of the month, so that's going to be pretty. Got a buddleia to go in the garden on the fence. Just a sec. I've got this rudbeckia to go in. I haven't found a home for it yet, but got that in the garden centre when we went to a posh garden centre when I went to see my mother-in-law. So that needs planting, but it's very pretty. Look at that, isn't that lovely? Not sure how big that's going to grow, so I'm not sure where to put that yet. I found this in the garden centre as well. This has got some beautiful little berries on. It's going to grow 1 metre to 1.5 metres tall, I think. 2 metres tall, something like that. I did have a label, but I've lost it. I've had these in the garden before. This one is a viburnum. I got this in the garden centre as well. That one was £4, reduced down from 10. This one was reduced down from 15 down to 4. And I've got another couple of rhododendrons to go in as well. I've got this one here, which is Red Jack, again from Lidl, and that one's going to grow 2 metres tall. So they're to go in. I've been clearing out round the side here because the rat was getting in there. We've had the rat getting in under here, and that's what this setup is here. I've got a trap in there, and I've had 3 so far, but I haven't had any for a couple of days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it another couple of days, and then I'm going to put wire wool where they were getting in. But they've been using, I mean, look how clear this is where they've been using it as a tunnel, as a run. So yeah, I need to sort that out. But I've got a few more rosebuds coming on, tottering by gently. This has been absolutely fabulous this year. It's been the best in the garden. If it was in a gardening show, it'd be the best in show. But it's still got quite a few buds on it. So I'm still going to get flowers, I think, into November on this one. And this was the first one to flower back in early May. So yeah, it's been going on for a long time. I didn't get any fruit this year on my peaches and my apricots, but I think these two are the original ones, and they've died back right the way down now, so they're growing below the graft. So I've decided just to leave them. There's still some green up here, so I'm hoping that they may shoot and sprout. But they're finishing now, so they'll go back in the garage. And yeah, the 3 fish out of here have disappeared. I think the rats may have had them, or the dog. But there's still 2 in here. Right, I haven't done my fence. I've been very busy in the house and in the garden, up the back there, doing my sound barrier. But I've got a video to come about that. I've been doing a video for you. Excuse the noise of the chickens. They're waiting to be fed. I haven't been up yet. This has been lovely as well. This is Roald Dahl and Gertrude Jekyll. We've had a lot of rain over the last couple of days, so the roses are a bit washed out. But yeah, I've still got roses on Roald Dahl. I've got a couple of buds coming through, and I've also still got roses on this one here, which is Gertrude Jekyll. There she is, Gertrude. So yeah, they've done really well. I've got to clear out this side and try and make it a bit better with the rats. And I've got to move my Belfast sinks as well to make sure that they don't nest under there, because they went on a right rampage in the polytunnel. Haven't done anything with the Victory Garden. It's not worth it. Just a sec. But yeah, my asters are looking very pretty. They did decide to show. And the lilies as well, they're looking really pretty. And I've still got my little red rose over there in flower. And then the border's been fabulous, but it's nearly finished now. We're just on to the Rudbeckias and the asters. There's one or two daisies left, and they've been in flower probably since April, early March or April, and they've been fabulous, but they're very, very nearly finished now. So I'm going to clear this border out this year. I've done this end of the border, that's why it looks bare. But I want to sort out all this mess here, because I've got bramble growing in here, and I've got far too much crocosmia. So I want to get all the crocosmia out, pop it up the back up there, and get back to just having perennials in this border. And I need to sort the hedge as well. So I've got lots of plants dotted along here still that need to come out. That needs to be sorted out and popped into pots. And I've also got that tansy to sort out still as well, but it's just been far too wet. Haven't been in the garden for 2 weeks because it's just been far too wet. Since I last spoke to you, I haven't been in the garden. This has been lovely. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm thinking of taking cuttings off it. Putting another cutting down that end down there, and popping it next to the arch, next to Gertrude's arch, and I think that would be really nice. I do know the name of it. It's a type of cotoneaster, but I don't know the actual name of it. But yeah, I'm just going to go and see the chickens. So the fruit cage hasn't been done either, because it's been too wet, far too wet to get out in the garden. But I was up here the other day and I cleared out because I'm going to put the perspex back, and I found that the rat had been tunnelling in the bottom of the chicken run and getting in for the food. I wondered where the food was going. I just got complacent, thinking that just because it's on slate they're not going to get in. But what they've been doing was they've been chewing through the wood underneath, made themselves a nice little hole, and they've gone in and were helping themselves to the chicken food. So I filled all that in, so hopefully that's going to work. And I've planted a hedge here now to screen them off from the bad weather. So that's starting to grow back nicely. Haven't done any more around here other than I've been doing the slate for the new chicken run that's going to come out of here and go round there. I need to secure this back on, but I need to get my shed roof finished first. So I think I might do that today. I can't do any jobs in the house because my husband's home early, and I want him to be able to enjoy the peace and quiet of the house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort this lot out, sort out the plants that are going to go back in, and hopefully get this rose planted. Because do you remember in the last video I showed you that I bought Constance Spry? Well, she's still waiting to go in, and I think I've decided she's got some lovely new growth on. Oh, look at this. She is going to go down there by the chickens, and she's going to grow on this fence here, and I think that's going to be really, really nice. I'm going to grow her over the top, so she's going to go in here, possibly about here, and then she's going to grow over the top of the gateway and round the corner there, and I might take her along here as well. We'll have to see, because this one grows up there, so it'd be nice to have something else with flowers on, because this has beautiful leaves, this plant here. I've no idea what it is, but it has leaves that come through green and then they change to pink, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's years old. I mean, look at the root down, the thing down there, it's gorgeous. I daren't move it, don't want to kill it, but I'm going to grow it above the chickens, and it's going to grow. It does normally grow on here. Gordon had it grow in here. So I'm going to put it back and let it grow there as well. But I just need to finish off my roof up there, but it's been too wet. And I'm going to get the back finished. I'm not going to show you the back today. I'm going to go and show you the flower border up to the new tool shed, but I'm not going to show you the back properly because that's coming in another video. But yeah, I still haven't got my hazel planted because that's going to go up the back. I'm not going to put that in here now because this is going to grow tall. It's going to grow, let's have a look, up to 2 meters. So I'm going to put that at the back. It says it'll grow in full sun and semi-shade. So yeah, I'm going to put that at the back and I'm going to let it do its thing to screen off some of the back, the bee place at the back. So what I am going to do is I've got a Waigia and it had a little tiny flower on it, and I did ask you what it was and some viewers said it was a Waigia. So I'm going to bring that up and I'm going to put that in here. So that's going to add a bit of a buffer to the fence. This is a field apple and it started growing again here. So I'm just going to leave that and let that do its thing. It's come out from the root. I dug it out from over there when I was going to build the polytunnel, but now it's growing over there as well, but now it's growing here. So I'm just going to leave that and then I'm going to fill this gap. I've got what's it called, a deutzia in here as well, so that's going to grow up tall and then the hedge is going to be underneath, so that's going to be good. Stripe's still got his hurdles set up, but it's been too wet for him to use them. So yeah, that's what's going on there. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to put some guttering back up, but I'm not going to put ordinary guttering back up because it's too far away from the roofing felts. But I found these. So what I'm going to do is, these are old cast iron things off the house. So I'm going to put these up and I'm going to try and direct it into my water butt that's there. So I'm going to put that gutter along here, and I think I'm also going to put some on the chickens and plant some strawberries in it to try and keep the strawberries away from the rats. I'm not using my compost bins. I haven't put anything in it for months simply because I don't want the rats taking up residence in it again, and yeah, it's just a lot of faff. So for the time being I'm not using them at all. I'm thinking of going to dust bins and putting holes in the dust bins and ditching these altogether. So yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. But for this year, I've now got myself one of those council waste compost bins, and it's all going off to the council because I just don't want the hassle at the moment with the rats until I've got the garden sorted and it's all back to normal. So these sinks need cleaning out, and I'm going to plant some bulbs. I've bought some tulips and daffodils and crocus, and they're going to go in these 2 sinks. I've got another sink there, and I've also got my Belfast sinks. So I'm thinking of bringing one of the Belfast sinks up here, but I'm not sure. I might pop them in the other garden, but I don't know. They might go in the porch. Haven't decided yet. I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, I've got some compost to use up as well. I'm also thinking of taking some cuttings of Gordon's camellias, and then because you can see how tall these grow. This one's about 3 meters tall. So I'm thinking of taking cuttings off this and planting them at the back as well. Everything is just going to get chucked in that back border, and yeah, try and screen off the noise. I've also got some spirea left to plant, so this one here. So I might split that and pop that on that fence where the chickens are, where I've just shown you. They've been taking trees down at the back here, so now we've got a bit more light coming in. It's an awful lot better. Even though they were dead, it is an awful lot better. But you can see all the new growth coming through on this camellia. So yeah, it would be good to I'm going to shape it to fill in this gap a little bit, but it would be good to have oh, what would it be good? To have some cuttings, that's the word I'm looking for. Sorry, I've got brain fog at the moment. My brain's not working very well. Right, so up here, this is another rose. Got a couple more buds on. I've cleared out along here, but I haven't been able to do anything because of my back. But I've got some more slate to go down on the floor. And then what I'm thinking of doing is just putting mesh on the surface of the soil and giving them somewhere to scratch. Put some bark over the top and give them somewhere to scratch. Maybe some stones, some gravel to hold it all down. But I haven't decided yet. We will see when we get there. But I don't want rats getting in underneath, and I don't want rats being a problem again. But I just need to fix my roofing felt back in place because that looks like it's jiggling about all over the place. I still haven't done anything with my pergola. I haven't had the time. Been too busy in the house. And yeah, I'm going to bring it down a bit. It's too high. It's far too tall. It's 7.5 feet tall. So I thought I'd bring it down to just 6.5 feet tall. And I'll take it off the top and then reattach it. But it's too tall, far too tall, and it's going to be like a flag. So I think if I bring it down a foot, the hedge that's here will give it a bit of shelter and it won't blow around as much in the wind. So yeah, I got this beautiful orchid looking flower from the garden centre as well. It was a bit expensive, but look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? You zoom you in. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? It's called a Citrus. I can't daisy. I can't pronounce that. That's what it's called anyway. It's got these gorgeous, gorgeous orchid looking flowers, but it wants the shade. So that's why it's up here. It needs it says it needs the shade. It says we'll spread 18 inches by 18 inches. So it's full. And then it says compact toad lily with beautiful speckled pink and white orchid-like flowers over lush leaves from late summer into autumn. Ideal for a woodland garden or a shady border. So it's going to be a bit of a hosta vibe. So I've taken the Acer out that was in here. So this is actually going to go in this pot on this tree stump here, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be lovely. I don't know how to look after it, but it means if it's in this pot and we get a particular cold spell, I can move it and put it in the polytunnel out of the way, and hopefully it'll grow into next year. Yes, it was a bit expensive. I bought it with my birthday money, but you know, I think it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So yeah, I'm not going to show you up here. I haven't done anything in this border yet. This is my plan for the rest of the day today, to get this sorted and get all that sorted. I'll show you my tool shed in my next video because I've got that done as a video for you. But yeah, I still need to sort all this out. But all of this here is going to go to tree cover. I'm letting that laurel grow back, and I'm just going to try and get rid of that noise and get rid of the smoke because it's getting a bit much. But yeah, I'm going to try getting this cleared today. I'm going to do the gutter first. I'm going to finish my roof. I've got some hostas that can go in, so they need dividing up and potting up. I've got a rhododendron that needs potting up. I've got another rhododendron that I've moved there. I pulled everything away from the fence, and I'm planting trees along the fence that I'm finding out when I'm out on my walks with the dog. Things like hazel and holly, rhododendrons, the wild ones, because they grow tall. I am actually, I know it sounds daft, after all the stuff I've done to get rid of the laurel, I'm actually replanting it. And that's just going to be my hedge cover. I'm just going to cut the branches at the bottom when they get too much. Keep it quite hedge-like instead of tree-like, but let it grow up and fill the canopy hole, and hopefully that will sort things out. So yeah, so not much else happening in the garden. That's about it really. Little Pippa is under here. Little Pip, my little hen. I don't half miss her, you know, because the garden's really quiet without her. Buttercup has finished now, so she needs a prune to get rid of all her dead flowers. These daisies are beautiful. I got this from a lady I used to work for. She wanted it dug out and thrown away. But aren't they beautiful? But they're really, really tall and really wispy. But it's this, again, this border needs clearing out. I've got dahlias in here, and I didn't see them this year because this daisy's just gone completely bonkers. So I need to sort that out and take it out. I'm thinking of putting it in a pot and planting it in the woodland bit at the back because it will grow in partial shade. These roses are finished now. And I have moved flowers around here to compensate for where the wood shed is. But you know, the new tool shed was just in dead ground anyway. So I need to put my apple back in. But first things first, I need to move all this mess because this is where my apple tree is going to go. And I think that will be really nice because it's got some beautiful shape to it. I'll just show you. I've also got a damson to go in, but I haven't decided where that's going yet. But this one is, what is it? It's Jonas Gold. And it's got some beautiful shape to it. It's a nice open tree. So this is going to go here. I've always wanted a tree in the middle of the lawn. So that's what I'm going to have. I'm going to plant it closer to the tree though. And hopefully it's going to grow nice and have a nice shape to it. And then I'll be able to look at it. But I'm not going to show you behind me because that's coming in another video when I talk you through what my thinking is for the rest of the garden. So yeah, the rose walk is still a bit of a mess. But it's all going to start making sense once I get myself organised. Right, these are some of the plants that I've found when I've been going around the garden. And I've got a laurel to go in here, which is handy. And I've also got the winter jasmine in a pot. But this is going to grow along here and cover this space here. And then I've got some other jasmines. The star jasmine are here. And I believe these are an evergreen. The leaves don't fall off. So I'm going to plant them along the fence line at the back. I've still got some bedding plants to go in. I've got this lovely yellow one called the Bishop. This is just my table out of the polytunnel. I just thought it was better off the floor than on the floor. And then I've got some other bits and bobs here as well. But I've got loads of stuff in water, as you can see. That this is a rhododendron that I found on my walk. But I've got loads of things that just need to go in pots. So that's what I need to do as well today. I've got my other sceptred aisle from down the other end of the garden. That needs a pot. But yeah, it'll all start making sense soon when I start talking you through what I'm going to be doing. Also in the garden centre, I bought this variegated, it's a variegated elderflower called Gold Spark Sambucus. I've got the red and I've got the wild one, but this is a variegated one and it has lovely variegated leaves and it's nearly finished for the autumn. But yeah, I was really surprised to see that, and I got that in the garden centre as well for £4. And full price, I think, was about £10, £15. It was reduced down to 7, then down to 4, but I think for full price it was about 15 quid. So I was happy with that. I got this peony, and the man said full price it was about £15, but I got that for 4. It's called Monsieur Jules Elie. So that's going to be nice for next year. He said I got a real bargain with that as well. I got this, what's it called? Is it a spirea? No? Pieris, that's the word I'm looking for. And that one was £4 as well. And that's a good tree. That is a really good sized tree. I've got one in the garden already over there. But yeah, it's the one which turns red on the top. The flame. Autumn flame or something. And then I got another rhododendron, another red jack. And I got that one in Lidl. I've also got this. This is one that was in the garden. And this is a forsythia, and I've taken that out and that's gone into a pot. But yeah, things are starting. I've got this end of the border to do. I haven't done it yet, but I have done the other end where the rose walk is. But the maple is starting to drop, the field maple. This one's nearly finished. But there's plenty of autumn colour around at the moment. And yeah, things are just starting to wind down. The sheep are back. The cows haven't gone yet. They've got another week. And then they go. And then we're back into winter. So, yeah. It's all very noisy here again today. I'm sorry. Right. Right, so that's it for me for today. Sorry about all the smoke behind me. But I seem to be in a cloud of smoke at the moment from the man at the back. Yeah, I'm going to go and get on with my day. I'm going to go and get on with my garden. I've got my shed to do. I'd like to get my reciprocating saw out on this today. Where are we? On my pergola, and try and get that sorted out. I've got the shed roof to do. I do need to do something with the side of my new tool shed, but again, that's coming in another video. I just wanted to show you the garden and show you what's going on in the garden before the end of the season. But yeah, I just thought I'd come back and let you see what's going on. So that's it from me for now. I'm going to go, I'm going to see you again, and then we're back into November and getting into some cooking and some things in the house, because I don't think there's going to be much going on in the garden. But yeah, there's going to be plenty going on indoors because I've got a new craft room set up now. I'm going to do some curtains, going to do some clothes. And yeah, that's just what we're going to do through the winter, I think. And have a little muddle through in the garden when the days are dry. So I'm going to go and sort Stripe out and get on with my day. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye for now. Bye bye.